Alrighty, my friends, we have Master Geometry, and we are finalizing our whole math section. After today's lesson, you should be able to pass the pretest. You should be saying that you're a math genius. That is, if you've studied it all and, done all the worksheets. We're going to end off our math careers here, specifically the geometry section, with combined figures. So we have already gone over how to find the area and perimeter, volume and surface area of shapes. But what happens when we come across combined shapes? When we have combined figures. So let's say we're given this first example here. Now I did go over something like this similarly when we went over perimeter. Let's just start with a basic 2D combined figure. So here, how do you find the area for this shape? The thing is, let's say I threw a couple measurements here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, I don't care. Well, actually I gotta replicate the way it will look. Let's say we hide that mark. How will you find the area here? What you need to do is cut whatever two shapes there is. You got to see where the split needs to be made. You could split it here, and then you'd have to find the area of this, find the area of that, and then you'd be able to add the totals, right? How do we do that? Well, we made the split. What is the area here? Well, all I need to see here is a rectangle, which means all I got to do is multiply length times width, 10 times 3. The inside here is 30, right? So in this specific example, we didn't need to even find that missing dimension. We just have to have those two sides, multiply them, and that's how you find the area there. How do you find the area of this small part here? Well, same thing. Two sides is all we need. In this case, two sides were given, 5 and 6. 5 times 6 gives me my 30. So 30 there. The area of this whole figure is 60. So pretty straightforward, right? Well, for this shape, let's make the shape a little complicated. Let's say we have a house like this, right? And we're told that the siding of the walls are 8 feet high. The width of the house measures 12. And let's say from top all the way to bottom measures 14. And we're told to find the area of this one side of the house. Boom, 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 boom. What do you need to do? Ask yourself what two shapes are combined to make this figure, because you won't be able to go to your formula sheet and find house as one of your options, right? No. What you got to do is split the shapes to see whether you can find the area of each of those solid shapes. In this case, this is where the split needs to be made. Right there. I see a triangle on top of a rectangle. So let's start with the easy one. Let's find the area of the rectangle. 8 times 12. Oopsie. 8 times 12. Take out that calculator. 8 times 12 will give me 96. Always use the calculator in geometry. And now comes the triangle. What is the triangle? Well, the triangle doesn't really give us much information, but you can find the information. If we know to find the area of a triangle is 1/2 times base times height. Let me write that formula down just so you could visibly see it. Area of a triangle is 1/2 times base times height. 1/2 times base times height. Let's fill in our base. What's the base of this triangle? Well, do they give it to us right here? No, but they technically do down here. It's the same as this bottom part of the rectangle. It has to be 12. By default, it has to be 12. So 12. Now, I need the height of the triangle. What is the height of this triangle? Well, they give us the height from here all the way down. They told us it's 14, right? Well, if we know that's 14, and we know from here to there it's 8, what would be that remainder? All you need to do is really think closely, really think carefully, and what we need to do is 14 minus 8. 14 minus 8 being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is the remainder 6. That is the height 6. And then all you got to do is take out that trusty calculator of yours and then just put everything exactly the way it is. 1 over 2, 12, close parentheses, 6. Next thing you know, the area of the triangle is 36. What would be your final step that you need to do? If you located the area of this triangle, if you located the area of this rectangle, what do you think you need to do? You obviously need to add the totals, right? 36 plus 96, that will give me 132. And just like that, you found the shape. And yeah, this is an example of when you got to add the totals of your two shapes. They might trip you up and have you subtract at the end of it. So let's say we were given this figure right here. We were given this circle and then a triangle, right? For whatever the reason, let's say the park was a circle and they decided to take away a triangular figure from the middle of the park and make it a stone, probably like a walking way, I don't know. Whatever the reason, we're given this weird figure, right? So this is taken out from the circle and they shade the circle for us, right? The park. And they want to know what is the area of the shaded portion. Alrighty, my friends, how do we solve these type of problems? These type of problems, well, they're obviously going to give us some figures around. Let's say they give us the triangle's height is 4, the base is 8, and let's say the width of the park is 30. Okay, what do you need to do here? What we need to do is find the area of both shapes, obviously, right? Let's start with the easy one, the triangle. They gave us everything we needed. We needed the height, we needed the base. If we remember, to find the area of a triangle, is just 1/2 times base times height. So we just do the same thing. Base is 8, height is 4, and we locate the area of that triangle. 1/2 times my base, which is 8, times 4, which is my height, and next thing you know, the area of the triangle is 16. So now comes the circle part. You guys should know how to find the area of this circle, right? Don't worry about the triangle at this point. We just got to find the whole area of the circle. And because we have the diameter of 30, and we know the radius is going to be 15, because the 15 is half of 30. It's just a matter of finding the area of that, which we know to find the area of a circle is pi r squared. So 3.14 radius is 15 squared. Ooh, this is going to be a big number. I should not have used 30 as the example. 3.14 times 15 squared. 706.5 was it? 706.5. Yeah, so that is the two areas, the triangle and the circle. But now before you would add it, right? Because it was two combined figures added. But like they said in the word problem, this park has that triangular patio taken out from the park. It's made out of stone, right? So what we need to do here is actually subtract. We need to find the difference. So 706 minus my 16 gives me my 690.5, and that would be 690.5, the area of just the shaded portion. Alrighty. So in the worksheet, you're going to have a whole bunch of figures. Some of them, no matter what, you're going to find your two figures, maybe even three figures at a certain point, and you're going to have to add the totals, or sometimes you're going to have to subtract the two totals, depending on how it looks like, right? My only tip for y'all, the thing that you have to be precautious would be the half circle. Just remember, we're always looking for whatever they're giving us. If they give us this right here, and we're asked to find the area as well of this, what must you do? Well, you can make the split, obviously. Boom, 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 boom. once you make that split, you can see that we have another triangle. I don't know why so many examples of the triangle, but we see half a circle, okay? So what do we got to do? Similar to before, they'll obviously give us some numbers. So let's say this one is 10, and let's say the height of the triangle, let's say, is 8. That is the only numbers you need. You could totally find me the area of both figures. So once again, I'm just going to go straight to the calculator just to save time. I know the formula to find the triangle is 1/2 times base times height. So I know this is 40 here. Boom. What about the circle part? Well, all you need is the diameter or radius to find the area of a circle. In this case, I know it's going to be the same base. It's going to be my diameter, which is 10. So I know the radius is going to be 5 of that circle. So all I got to do is the area of a circle was pi r squared. So I know pi, my radius in this case is going to be 5. Square it, 78.5, right? But the thing is, 78.5 is the area of a full circle, right? They specifically give us half a circle. So what do you got to do? You got to cut this in half. What does that mean? That just means dividing by 2. So that would be technically 39.25 would be the area of that half circle. So be wary of that, okay? When you add those two, oopsie, 39.25 plus my 40, that'll give me my 79.25. That'll be my area of this weird looking figure's inside measurement. So there's that. Pretty straightforward with combined figures. Oh snaps, I forgot the most important part. There's also three-dimensional figures, which is the same thing. In three-dimensional world, remember our three-dimensional world? You could have combined shapes together. You could have multiple, I don't know how I would draw it, to be honest, but you could have multiple stacks of boxes on top of each other, right? So you got to find, depending on wherever they put you the measurement, this volume and that volume of that bottom box, right? They could give you a whole bunch of weird stuff. Just look at the worksheet for those examples. But overall, the overall lesson is if you could find whatever figures you can, whether it's three-dimensional or two-dimensional, split it where you can and use the numbers that are provided. Use your skills that you've already learned in all the previous lessons to find the area, perimeter, volume, and surface area of these shapes independently. Once you make your split correctly with combined figures, you're just going to apply that knowledge in that. You're going to find the volume or find the area of those figures independently and then either add or subtract at the end. Hopefully this was helpful. Congratulations, you are at the end of geometry. You are at the end of math. Hopefully you contact me to make your pre-test so that you could schedule for the real tests from the comfort of your own home. So see you on the next one, y'all.